Good morning, afternoon or evening, welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to be doing a service on a 2008 Nissan Elgrand. Going to make this as concise and as clear as possible, so let's get straight into it. This is the rear cabin filter, located as soon as you open the tailgate just on the left. This is held by two pins, and what you do, obviously you have to do it together, kind of just press in, it will release, and the internal filter you can just press in and out. The amount of dust on there. Gonna go get a vacuum, just hoover out all this little bits of dust and then fit the new filter in. So with that hoovered out, new filter, in, and it needs a bit of not twisting, but working in, because the edges are hard, so just to give that extra bit of structure and sturdiness. But once it finds its way, past these ridges and whatnot, with a little bit of adjusting, it will eventually sit flush with this groove, and the top you have to adjust it. Now you can see it's in and it's not going to move. So with that being done, cover, clicks, and that's the back done. Moving on to the front cabin filter. It's behind the glove box, so you obviously have to take it off. And if you actually come underneath, you can see this little piece of plastic is where the cabin filter actually sits inside. So naturally you have to take off the glove box, which by doing so, or how to do it, you have the retainer string, but you also have the glove box sitting on just a little rod. So what you can just do, so I can't actually get out with one hand, so I'm just gonna sit that there, and this pops off there, pops off there as well. And you don't want to stretch the spring too much either. Actually, I think I'll take it off first and then I'll take out the glove box. So what I'm gonna do is that clip that I was talking about, just pull it down towards you. Hopefully I'll snap it. Maybe it'll be easier like this. Take it out. it doesn't want to come out that way. Okay, so what we can do here, refit it. And we have to refit it back to its secure position. I'm going to try and take this out because it needs to slide here, not by the string, otherwise you're going to lose it, by the actual plastic piece. So, you know, you can actually reattach it, because when you try to take it off like this, you know, just take it straight out with the glove box, there's too much tension and there's only a certain limit. I think as soon as you bring the glove box to about here, then it can't go any more than that. So I'm just going to take that off and then show you the rest. So I've managed to undo it from the outside. I'm just holding it so, you know, the tension doesn't just pull it away from me. But I have noticed in the process there's a simpler way to do it. If you just come into here, into the corner, probably put the torch on. There's a release pin inside, so you can with your thumb, I suppose, or finger, just finger or a screwdriver, just push it down and then take it out that way. So I'm just going to take that off and let it sit back. Yep, so undo it, then you can see it's come off. Try not to let the, oh, well, it's found its way back in. I'm just going to try to do it. Ready? With a screwdriver you can, the little stopper, pull it towards you, that release, and then it will suck itself in, but it's just sitting in the corner there with the piece of plastic attached. So now you can actually go ahead and continue unclip the left side, well actually the right hand side because I fit it in reverse. And there you go, glove box out, and keep that to the side. And there's that piece. See, with this, there's a lot of tension on it already because it's soft closing, so it only opens to here. And now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. Yeah, it seems like 6. So I'm going to undo those. With a, I think there's usually like a piece of 2. Screw down a bit. I don't think we've done the cabin filter on these since ownership. 2. There's a bit of tension on that screw. I'm assuming it's dust and debris trapping inside the thread. Then it's held in by clips which just pop out unless I'm missing a screw here. No? There you go. There we go. Now on here, if I just show you, there's cables, so just be careful with that. I'll need to unclip these, and right there in that recess, or inside that cover is where the front cabin filter is. So I'm just going to disconnect these, take off this part, and proceed with the changing. So this bit is very fiddly. With this, if you've got this, as you look from inside, see I've kind of damaged the clip, but you press that bit in and then you push out from this side, from the left hand side, so it slots in. So this end comes in and then that clips off. So when you're taking out, you press that in, you push it to your left, and then you can easily pull that out. These clips also, they attach to the main body of this. So for example, this clips into there, and then this module here clips into there. And how you take them out, right on the edge, they've got these itty bitty tabs here. So you just pinch them with your fingers or nails if you can, and then they should just pop out. Same with this one, right on the edge. So now we're here. There's where your filter's inside. So this needs to come off, this little cross beam, which is 3 screws. Yeah, I believe 3 screws. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. And then yeah, that should easily come out. So just gonna get a microfiber cloth, clean all of this out, probably vacuum it even. You know, just years of dust just built up inside. So just gonna clear that out, and then take this off and then fit the new filter in. So now that's all clean up. 1, 2, 3. Just gonna undo them. There is a clip on the on the side of them. So there you go, that's the brace off. Now with that brace off, I believe that's the hinge. That's the clip. So you can actually just get a screwdriver in there, unclip that, keep all of that, and it should just open up, come out. And then of course that filter pulls out, and my god, the utter state of this filter. Leaves, debris, dust, even inside. Leaves, oh my goodness. So I'm gonna go get a vacuum in there, properly clean this up. This, obviously, discard it. And then I'll fit the new filter in. Right there. So with as much of this as cleaned out as possible, including the inside of there, I'm gonna get the new filter. I will do this with 2 hands. New filter. This is always a satisfying bit. Opening the filter. And then should just slot straight in. Like so. And just sits on the very end. And then the cover, which I already cleaned out with a microfiber and whatnot. Back over the top, hooks on, presses against there, then the clip that was retaining there. In fact, I'll bring the camera down. Clip should just hook on there. Press in. And there you go. Then this brace, just gonna give it a quick wipe, just to stand in, so just find it up with its matching holes. That one there, that one in there, and the last one at the end. Let me just tighten it first though. Makes everything much more easier to deal with. Oops. Just want to finger tight. I actually went a bit too much on that side of that one. Almost secure. And now, taking that, gonna refit existing clips and stuff. Lastly, the module, which we need to refit here. Yep, that's it. Oh, and now this should all click back in, or at least sit in its groove. And now the screws. So 2 on the bottom and 4 on the top. I really don't want to over tighten it in case you snap any clips or the plastic. And lastly, the glove box. Give it quite long. That string, just pull it a little bit. Align the catches, and then you're able to find that little crevice where it fits into. So just put the torch on there. Once that gets in, the rest of these you can click it to. I mean, that's in anyway, that's not going anywhere. And then these two at the bottom, and you will land it properly. They'll just click in. Oh, that's good. There you go. Just as it was. Now that's the front cabin filter done. Now the front air filter and the oil filter. Moving on into the engine bay, air filter change. Air filter on the right hand side, as soon as you open the bay. 2 clips. That moves about 5 centimeters out, and then that just comes up. Actually, this filter seems pretty clean, to be fair. Oh, more or less, but we'll put a new filter in anyway. That just all needs vacuuming out. Leaves, debris, whatever else is in there, and then I'll slot the new filter in and show you. So with that now cleared up, not to the little nitty gritty. Take the new filter. Take the carrier, filter into there, and that should sit snugly anyway. Then in the way it came. Prop these up, push it down a little bit, slide it forward, and it should just click in place. Front filter done. Now it's time for this oil. So because these vehicles are pretty low anyway, it's hard to access the filter location. So what I've done, these are about 4-inch timber blocks that I've chopped in half and ramped up. So if you come underneath and come basically just in line with the front wheel, driver's wheel, follow it along, that's your sump, which is a 14mm. So I'm gonna undo that, let it drain, and then put the sump back in. Take off this panel here, this little catch, 1, 2, and then you can access the oil filter that way, which is just there. So I'll drain that first, the sump, and then resume. God's sake. Yeah. Taking off this oil filter panel. This is fantastic. Wait. There you go. This way. Oh, we got that. Huh? Come in here. There's a drip tray anyway, so when as it comes loose, starts seeping oil, you'll see it travel down here in a sec. There you go. Straight down into the pan. That's why I moved the pan over. Does it undo it more? you have to be careful because it does just splash and start streaming or running down elsewhere. Be careful with this filter. It's almost off, but there you go. That's what I meant. Try to keep the filter straight as you bring it on, otherwise it will just make a mess. Just like that. Empty any excess oil. And I'll go get the new oil and then I'll come back after, just so I know this spare pan. Just taking out the old oil. Grabbing the new filter, like so, and there's a part number. You can easily get these off eBay and stuff. And the the oil I recommend, always, for low mileage, 5W30. I'll go for top quality like Shell, Mobil One or Castrol. So I'm using Shell. So I'm just gonna put a layer of oil on the O-ring, screw that back onto the oil, onto the where it sits, and then fill it up with the new oil. That's the new filter. I have to do this with the opposite hand. Try not to get it too dirty, but basically feed it back the way it came, and it should be easy anyway. Then make sure you're not cross-threading. Turn it the opposite direction until you feel a groove alignment, and then you can start tightening. And that's just purely because you don't want any leaks or anything. And then when it gets tighter, this only needs to be hand tight, so still I can feel it's got a bit more. There you go. That's nice and secure now. All this oil, I'm just going to get a tissue, just clean it, even feeding the tissue along like these tracks, because I know there's oil sitting behind, because obviously it's come down, splashed and just travelled across there. So I'm going to do that, clean out this, close this latch back up. They are 10mm socket, yeah, you'll need a 10mm socket, or just a normal screwdriver to take the screws out. I might actually even put a bit of copper grease so that it's easier to take out next time. And yeah, then I'm going to start filling up with the new oil, which is about 4 litres or 4.2 litres with the filter that's in the handbook. So I'm going to go do that. So here I've just put copper grease on these and it's only 2 screws, so not too tight, just tight enough. Same with this one. Oh, I see what's happened here. So you need to actually push that plastic bit in so it actually can grab the thread, as in the screw grabs the thread. There you go. Just tight enough. Just tight enough. All this oil I've tried to clean to the best I can. And yeah, that's it from underneath. Oil is using a funnel, which I'm guessing is from an AdBlue can. It's properly cleaned and grime free with a funnel, and I'm gonna fill that with the new oil. But I'm gonna need another person to come and help me, because this is not a single person job, because I need to hold this and pour the oil and make sure it's enough oil. So with the new oil now topped up, gonna put this back on, oil cap, find the proper groove so I don't cross thread it, hand tight, level's fine. Old oil I'm gonna put into the empty canister and then let this run. So that's the conclusion of the video. I hope it was informative and helpful, so thank you for watching.